I suppose you've seen some of my videos where I spin a knife, and yes, I have been around a knife all my life. With that in mind, though, something that changed my way of thinking was about 25 years ago. A young boy, 11-year-old boy, up in North Platte, I read it in the paper, that he'd went fishing and on his bicycle down to the North Platte River, and he took his father's knife with him, his big hunting knife. And as he was riding the bicycle, he had a wreck. The knife fell out and it stabbed and killed him. I decided that just as there was hunter safety to teach young people about firearms, there needed to be hunter safety and a knife safety to teach young people about knives, because unlike guns that are not in every home, a knife is in every home. Kitchen knife, utilities, up to hunting knives or pocket knives. So young people needed to be taught. And I did that for Boy Scouts, different youth groups that I would do that for. A number of times they would ask me, have you ever seen a knife fight? And yes, I have. Have you ever been in one? And what's the best knife fight? And so I tell them my best knife fight. I had a rental property that a man hadn't paid his rent for 90 days, and so I had him kicked out. And I went over there, and he paid me back by taking human manure and smearing it on the walls, urinating on the rug. Anything that could be broke, he broke in that rental property to pay me back for kicking him out. I was there cleaning. It took me more than a week to get it all cleaned up and ready to be rented again. But one of the days that I was down there at the very beginning cleaning, the door busted in and 3 men came in, all big men. The middle one pushed me up against the wall, had his hand up against me like that, and his fist was cocked, ready to hit me. And the other 2 were more than willing to join in on the beating. Profanity and threats of beating me, even to the point of killing me. They were ready to go. I kept as calm as I possibly could without looking directly at them very often, because predators don't like you to look at them. They think you're ready for a fight then. So I kept looking up and down. And but while I was doing that, I was talking to them, and everything they said, I would throw it back on them. Rather than to defend what I did, I said, what would you do? What would you do if this was happening to you? My hands, I kept them down to my side. I left myself totally open for the first punch. And they finally, they calmed down enough and they left. And you'd say, that's not much of a knife fight. But the knives that I had concealed gave me the courage that I was able to talk them out of it. And if push came to shove and into the punch, after the first punch, I already had my knees bent down and I was ready to drop. By dropping down, if I was still conscious, I was coming out with 2 knives, one in the crotch of the hitter and one off to the side. And that would mean 2 men just got their crotch stabbed with knives, and they would be out of the battle. Now it's 1 to 1, and I still have 2 knives. That was my plan B. It didn't have to go that far, and I thank Jesus Christ for it. But at the same time, that was the plan, and I was ready. And I hope that you never need a plan B like I had. But the best knife fight, I've always told everybody, the best knife fight is the fight that you don't pull your knife. And the courage, though, by carrying one, might just give you that right incentive and the right words to say so that the knife doesn't have to be pulled. This is McCook's Mr. Bill. Rate this film.